Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of the Hardcore Casual with your boy, Base the Kid. As always, please like and subscribe if you have a friend, a colleague, a relative, an associate, an enemy, any and all in between. It's appreciated. Now, to be fair, I shouldn't even call this an episode because there is nothing to talk about apart from what we witnessed a little bit earlier on at the kickoff press conference for Conor, Benn and Chris Eubank, the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves SNK launch as well, all of that good stuff. I did the live. If you guys was on the live, shout out to you. If you weren't on the live, this is basically going to be my summary of it. It's funny because I think after the event and also online, Ade, shout out to Ade, was always like, I don't like doing the press conferences. I would much rather get Dev Sani to do them or someone else. I'm not interested. But I guarantee he jumped to the front of the queue when they gave him the opportunity to do a Eubank and Benn press conference, because look, Chris Eubank Jr. is highly entertaining. He's a bit of a live wire, he's a bit of a showman, and he's a bit of a maverick. He kind of do what he wants when he's on stage. You never really know what you're gonna get, but at this point in time, he's always there to try and go after either Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren. Maybe if it's Frank Warren, he's going to retract the statement to avoid a lawsuit, but he is on smoke. Now, sometimes that smoke, he tries to keep it very eloquent and I would say, yeah, a bit decadent. But with that, because probably he does suffer a little bit from some of the punches that he's taken, or he's trying to think of the perfect words to say, it's a bit hard for him to kind of get in, especially when he's trying to go back and forth with someone like Eddie Hearn. Like the initial one-liners that he might come out with is perfect, but when the retorts start coming back, it's a little bit like Zhang and Caballero over the weekend, where, you know, if he's Zhang and he's, you know, coming with that one big hard shot over the top, Eddie is like Caballero with like 2, 3, 4 shots to the body before you've had the chance to reset to come with your next loaded barrel. So that part was fun. Obviously, him and Conor, there's a lot more for them to say to each other than there was 2 years ago when they was initially supposed to fight. What? Yeah, 2 and a bit years now. That was 2022, isn't it? Yeah. You had Eddie Hearn and Ben Shalom basically trying to go at it a little bit on stage as well. I mean, look, to be fair, like, Ben's no match for Eddie when it comes to the back and forths. Then Ben thought, okay, let me try and go after Nigel Benn instead. That one didn't quite work either. He was having a bit of a stakeout. And then you've got ultimately Chris is like, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from Eddie. I don't even want to hear from Ronnie Davis. I don't want to hear from none of you. The only person I want to hear from is Conor Benn. And them two had their exchanges, but when them two was going at it, like, Chris was the architect of everything except for I can't remember how it started. I can't remember if Chris said something about Nigel being on stage, or someone made a comment, and then Conor's first comeback was, well, like, your dad don't even like you enough to be here. There's not enough money in the world for him to be showing up to this event. Like, how does that feel to know that he don't even rate you like that? That was Conor's best part of the whole press conference, and you could probably tell that hurt, because while Junior never lets anything get to him, the poker face, he probably feels like, he said numerous times, I want to repair the relationship with my father. Like, I would want him here in a situation like this. So that probably did touch a nerve a little bit. But yeah, look, the whole back and forth was highly entertaining, was highly, it was one of those ones where, like I said, Adi just there in the background, you could see him with that smile on his face, like, this was the right presser to be at. He didn't have to do anything, realistically. The only fuck up was obviously calling Ronnie Davis Ronnie Shields, but outside of that, no worries. Then we get to the infamous moment, the face-off. Now, the thing is, you kind of knew, all right, these two doing a face-off, they've done a couple before. Maybe their heads might go in. There might be a bit of maybe someone's going to push the other one. You have that little bit there. But all right, cool. It's calm. But then you had Chris Eubank. Obviously, he's talking to Conor. But then he starts doing what was that? and he's going around the sides. It's like when someone does that, it's almost like that they're kind of sizing you up. They're either sizing you up or they're leaning in so that they then know, all right, what's my range here? Like, how's their footing looking like? And kind of thing like that. So you felt like, all right, he's doing that for either for a reaction or for something to happen. And I think at the moment he was thinking, all right, Conor might try to push me, or he might, if he tries something, then obviously I'm there. If he pushes me back, I can swing in this moment, catch him before I lose the distance. That's what it kind of looked like. He was almost goading him, anticipating him. Then all of a sudden it's like one side, then over to the other side, and then the next thing you see, bam. Now initially it looked like, like he kind of slapped him, but it was like one of those push slaps, like not like the really hard ones, but it's just like, get out of here kind of thing. And then I didn't obviously see what happened initially. You just kind of heard it. And then you've got Conor, like, is going mad. He's trying to get through 3-4 different security guards. Like, he's not having, there's no luck there. Then you've got Nigel trying to grips up Conor, Chris by his throat. You've got Ben Shalom getting ragdolled by Eddie Hearn, pushed about. Like, there was all sorts of just madness going on. And then I remember I looked at Conor and I saw like the side of his face just looked wet, and I was like, alright, man's like busting bare sweat. That's all I kind of saw at that moment. So it was only then I'm on the DAZN broadcast now, and by the way, I was watching it on Sky, but then I had to switch over to DAZN because Sky kept muting the press conference every few moments, like talking about swearing, apologies for the language. Switched over to DAZN, they ain't care about that shit. So that was great. But yeah, then Eddie Hearn obviously goes up with Tony Bellew and that, and Tony's, oh boy, it looked like one of the little push slaps. He's done that to get a reaction, blah blah blah. Then Eddie goes up there and says, oh, like that was a bitch movie, like he slapped him with an egg. And then they're like, huh, really? And then all of a sudden you get Jamie Ward and Barry Jones, and they all looking at the monitor. They see it in the slow-mo and they see the egg come out to the face, and yeah, obviously Tony Bellew saying what he's saying, Barry Jones, like Jamie Ward, they're all, Eddie is real. That's the one part of it that's like, you can tell that now Eddie he's actually angry now. Normally Eddie doesn't, yeah, he might be annoyed, he might be a little angry at times, but he doesn't really show it. He was raging at that point. And from when he said, so right now you've done what you've done, cool, congratulations, but now all bets are off, that tells you something is going to happen between now and fight night. These two are not going to be allowed to face off again without like rows of people on either side, or maybe with a partition. The only bad thing about this happening now, as great as it is obviously they have another press conference supposedly on Thursday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which I will be in attendance for. But now the chance of them doing or saying or having any kind of organic moment will not happen again. Anything that does happen is either going to be orchestrated or it's going to be premeditated. Now look, there is a chance you could say that Chris Eubank Jr.'s actions were premeditated in the first instance. Cool. But any response now is going to feel either a bit contrived or it's just going to feel a bit like seething. But you could tell Conor is angry. Now an angry Conor is a funny Conor, surprisingly enough. So I can't wait to see what happens. I do hope that the press conference goes ahead. They've been talking about, well, after that, do we even really need another one? Like, that's got all the hype. So do we need to see part 2? But I'm pretty sure we will, because Turkey is going to say, look, you guys will do your press conference and you will behave yourselves in London, because he didn't want to go up to Manchester. He said he will be at the London one. I've been in his presence before. I've had a couple of words with him. Maybe if we're lucky, might be able to get some content, some behind the scenes footage. I'm going to do my best to sort of get in and around the waters and see who I can and who I can't get some reactions from. Plus, I'm also assuming that members of the undercard will also be there, so I will try and get some footage some interviews, all that good stuff for you guys. But look, yeah, I wanted to come on here, just kind of give my thoughts more so than anything. So this isn't even a proper episode like that. It's more like a reaction, but I'm gonna package this episode because one needed to come out anyway. But yeah, look, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did think that was a bit over the top, but like they say, man, all's fair in love and war. The promotion is the promotion. That's one thing about Chris Eubank Jr. He knows how to sell a promotion, and that's exactly what he done. I just hope that that's as far as it goes in terms of, you know, the badness between the two prior to the fight. Like, fight night, do what you want, but up until then, I just hope that's it. But unfortunately, right now, just like you guys can see from my from my thumbnail, and probably is the most viral thing all over the internet right about now, like, Conor is going to be a meme. There was already all of the egg jokes and the memes before. Well, now they just breathed a new lease of life, as you guys can even see from the title of this video. It's nasty work, and I feel bad that I've even jumped on the the instant reaction hype train. I've already had the live about it, now we got the video. But you know what, that's cool. That's my metrics done for the next couple of days. I'm gonna head off to the gym now. I need to, yeah, I need to burn off some energy and burn off some of this late night food that I've been eating. So yeah, shout out to everyone for watching. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and also don't forget to subscribe to the Fight Talk Live YouTube channel. Link is in the description. It's necessary. We're trying to rebuild the channel, myself, October Red, Maestro and Danny Glover. So please go over, subscribe there, and yeah, make yourself known. But with that being said, I will catch you on the next one. So it's the Hardcore Casual, out.